Have you ever experienced this? It's the middle of the night, you're fast asleep, and suddenly you have to get up, climb out of bed just because you need to use the bathroom. And it doesn't happen just once. It happens 2, 3 times a night. By morning, your body feels drained, your head feels heavy, your memory isn't as sharp, and even your mood takes a hit. I hear this all the time from my patients over 50. They often tell me, "Doctor, I'm not afraid of getting older." What I fear most are those sleepless nights from waking up to use the bathroom again and again. Nighttime urination is not just a small inconvenience. It's like an invisible thread that quietly pulls away your energy night after night. When your sleep is interrupted, your body doesn't have the time it needs to restore itself. You wake up with sunken eyes, a racing heartbeat, higher blood pressure, and a lingering sense of unease. And for older adults, especially after 60, just one misstep in the dark on the way to the bathroom can have serious consequences. But perhaps the hardest part is the feeling of losing control, the constant worry, and the erosion of confidence. That's what truly wears people down. I'll never forget one of my patients here in California, Susan, age 67. She told me, "Every night I look at the clock and wonder, will I finally sleep peacefully tonight? Or will I be up 3 or 4 times like usual?" Her story is not rare. In fact, so many people over 50 face the exact same struggle. So why does this happen more often as we get older? The answer lies in our own bodies. When we're young, our body produces a hormone called vasopressin. Think of it as a night watchman. It signals the kidneys to slow down urine production at night, giving us the chance for deep, uninterrupted sleep. But as we age, the amount of vasopressin decreases dramatically. The kidneys keep working through the night producing more urine, and that's why we wake up again and again. And that's not all. Our bladder changes as we age too. It becomes more sensitive and its capacity gets smaller. Even a little bit of fluid can trigger the urge to pee. I often joke with my patients. Back in the day, our bladder was like a big suitcase. Now it's more like a small handbag, just a few items, and it's already full. On top of these natural changes, our daily habits make a big difference as well. A late night cup of tea, a glass of wine before bed, or simply drinking too much water after dinner, these little choices can all make nighttime trips to the bathroom worse. Now I want you to imagine this. What if instead of getting up 3 times a night, you only had to wake up once? How would you feel in the morning? More refreshed, happier, maybe even energized enough to spend time in your garden, read a good book, or simply sit and enjoy a conversation with your family. Here's the truth: waking up to urinate at night is not an unavoidable price of aging. Once we understand the root causes, there are simple, natural solutions that can bring real relief. And that's exactly what I want to share with you in today's video. I'm going to show you a powerful technique I've taught to many of my patients, over 60-something, that's helped them reclaim peaceful nights of sleep. It's called acupressure, a natural drug-free approach that can deliver remarkable results when practiced regularly. You see, in traditional Eastern medicine, our body is like a flowing river of energy. When the flow is blocked, illness and imbalance show up. Acupressure points are like tiny gateways that help restore that flow, bringing the body back into balance. And modern science agrees, when we gently stimulate these points, the nervous system relaxes, the brain sends calming signals, the muscles let go, the heartbeat slows down, and sleep comes more naturally. There are 3 acupressure points I often teach my patients to practice right at home. The first point is located just below your belly button, about 2 finger widths down. Think of it as the control center of your lower abdomen. When you gently press and massage here, the bladder becomes more stable, and that constant urge to urinate starts to ease. I remember one gentleman in New York, 72 years old, who told me that after just 1 week of practicing this point, he no longer felt that nonstop push to run to the bathroom all night. The second point sits on the inside of your ankle, about 3 finger widths above the ankle bone. This spot connects to your nervous system and circulation. When you massage here, you'll often feel warmth spreading through your entire foot, the blood flowing more smoothly, and your body naturally slipping into relaxation. Many of my patients describe it as a gentle wave of warmth traveling from their feet all the way up to their heart. The third point is on the sole of your foot, right beneath the ball of your big toe. In ancient traditions, this was called the gateway to sleep. When you press this spot softly, it's like sending a signal to your body. It's time to rest. Your mind begins to quiet down. Your breathing slows and sleep comes more easily. The practice itself is simple. Just set aside 10 to 15 minutes before bed. Sit comfortably on your bed, take a deep breath and exhale slowly, then begin pressing each point in turn. Hold each spot for about 2 to 3 minutes. The best sequence is belly, ankle, sole of the foot. When you follow this flow, relaxation spreads from your core down to your legs like a calm stream carrying you gently into sleep. But here's something important. Acupressure alone is not enough. Good sleep and good health come from your daily lifestyle too. If you drink too much strong tea or coffee during the day, or enjoy a few glasses of wine at night, your body has no choice but to wake you up to process it. And if dinner is too salty, your body will hold on to extra water, putting more pressure on your kidneys and bladder. That's why I always encourage my patients to adopt gentle, healthy habits. A little light yoga, a 20-minute walk, or simply sitting quietly and practicing deep breathing before bed. These small rituals are like a loving gift you give yourself, helping your body relax, your mind settle, and your nights become truly restful. And sometimes just one small change can transform an entire night. I had a patient named Maria, 65 years old. For years, every evening, she drank a cup of herbal tea before bed. She thought it would help her relax, but in reality, it caused her to wake up 3 times a night. When I suggested she switch to just a small cup of warm water before 7 p.m. and add a short acupressure routine each night, the results were remarkable. After only 2 weeks, she told me she was able to sleep straight through 6 hours without interruption. She said, "I never imagined such a small change could bring me such a big joy." Of course, along the way, there are some common mistakes people make. Some believe that pressing harder will bring better results. But acupressure isn't a wrestling match. It requires gentleness and patience, like softly communicating with your body. If you press too hard, you might bruise or even feel pain. Others try to drink more water while practicing, afraid of getting thirsty. But that only forces the bladder to work harder, and the sleep disruption continues. And the biggest mistake of all, a lack of patience. Our bodies are not machines that change with the flip of a switch. They need time. Usually it takes at least 7 to 14 days before you notice real improvement. I want you to remember this: caring for your body at this stage of life is like tending to a garden that has weathered many seasons of sun and rain. You can't expect flowers to bloom overnight. But if you water, nurture, and care for it day by day, that garden will come alive again. Our bodies are the same. Through acupressure, mindful lifestyle choices, and the patience to truly listen to ourselves, that's the path to reclaiming peaceful, restorative sleep. What I've shared with you isn't just theory. I've seen these changes firsthand in so many of my patients. And every single story reminds me of one important truth: age is never a barrier to reclaiming peaceful sleep. I remember Mr. Roberts so clearly, a 70-year-old gentleman from Texas. When he first came to see me, he told me he was waking up 4 times a night. He felt exhausted all the time, short-tempered with his wife and kids. He said, "Doctor, I feel like I'm aging twice as fast because I never get a full night's rest." I taught him 3 simple acupressure points to practice each evening, along with some adjustments to his drinking and eating habits. During the first week, he still had to wake up 2 or 3 times, but he noticed his body felt lighter. After 2 weeks, his nighttime trips dropped to just once. And after a month, he came back smiling ear to ear. He told me, "Now I sleep straight through 6 hours. In the morning, I even have enough energy to take my wife for a walk around the lake." She says, "I've come back to life like the husband she knew 20 years ago." And then there's Mrs. Lakshmi, 68, from India. She's a woman who adores her family. But because she was waking up 3 or 4 times a night, she was always tired and lost her interest in family gatherings. While her children and grandchildren laughed together, she preferred to rest alone in her room. After practicing acupressure consistently and making small lifestyle changes, she called me one morning, her voice filled with emotion. "Doctor, I finally slept for 7 hours straight. This morning I cooked breakfast for my whole family, and for the first time in months, I felt like I was truly part of the joy again." These stories aren't just proof that the method works. They remind me that sleep is more than just rest. It's a bridge that connects us to the joy of living. It's the doorway that opens into a new day filled with hope. When you sleep well, you're not only healthier, you're also kinder, gentler, both to yourself and to the people you love. So let me ask you, do you remember the last time you slept straight through the night without waking even once? Do you long to feel that again, that sense of ease, wholeness, and peace? If your answer is yes, then give your body a chance. Try these simple acupressure points each evening. Make a few small changes to your daily habits. And most of all, be patient and treat yourself with love. I truly believe that within just a few weeks, you'll begin to feel the difference. Growing older doesn't mean accepting sleepless nights. In fact, this stage of life can be the most beautiful if we learn to listen to our bodies and care for them with kindness. You deserve peaceful sleep. You deserve to wake up with a smile, ready to fully enjoy the simple, precious moments with the people who matter most. So please don't think of nighttime urination as something you just have to live with. Instead, see it as a gentle reminder that it's time to take better care of yourself. And I promise you this with patience and trust, restful sleep will return. Like an old friend gone for a while, but always waiting for you to come back. Thank you for listening to my story today. If you found these insights helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Share your own experience in the comments because your story just might inspire someone else. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so I can continue walking alongside you on this journey back to health and peaceful sleep. Wishing you a calm, restorative night.